So I have my frame, a hot glue gun and some glue sticks, tape measure, pencil, Dremel tool, sandpaper, and I have a dowel. Today I'm going to be making one of those nail polish picture frames. I've seen them a lot on Pinterest and it's been on my to-do list for a while. And the other day I was at the thrift shop and I decided to take a look, see if I could find a good frame. I found this. It's not really a frame, it's got like a picture thingy already in it. But the only thing I was looking for was that it was deep enough for the nail polish to sit in. And I found this one, I think it'll work fine. Of course it's not like all pretty and ornate like the ones that you see, but you don't actually find those at the thrift store very often. So I got this one, I think it'll work fine. It was $4, but it was half off color that day. So I only paid $2 for the frame. Okay, so the first thing is to get this picture out. It's hot glued in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's already loose. So it's pretty old because the hot glue that they used is all dried out. So I bet so there's that, and I'm actually gonna save this, I think, and use this as the shelf pieces. Okay, so that came out easier than I thought it would. That's nice. So there's my frame. I don't think it's actual wood. That's okay. Okay, so I need my shelf pieces to be 11 5/8. This is 11 by 12. 1 3/4. 5 1/4. So there are my 3 shelf pieces, measured out and ready to cut. Okay, so using that was not a good idea. It's like this weird mix. It's a pressed board. It's not paper and it's not wood. I was gonna use a hacksaw to cut that up. I think that would have worked better, but I couldn't find it. So I used a little saw and that was very inefficient. But I've got my pieces cut. I'm going to put 2 shelves in. So like 1 and 2. 11 1/2. So if we round it to 12 divided by 3, that's 4 inches. And 8. The cuts are a little rough. I ended up taking one off of each end so I could have the nice smooth factory cut. I'll make sure to put those on the front. Got them marked. So I think I'm ready to glue them in. I'm just gonna put a little bit, kind of squish it into each corner to help fill in any gaps and to reinforce the seams. And there. Not perfectly straight. And these are gonna sag a little bit. But definitely strong enough to hold some nail polish. I was thinking of drilling a couple of holes here and putting this in a little bit above the shelf to help in case anything knocked, to keep them from coming out. But I don't think I need to. I think it's deep enough. I don't think they'll fall off. So I think it's ready to paint. Okay, so when I went out and started spray painting this, you can see me kind of touching it over and over again, and that's because I kept getting all of these little aphids coming out of the grass, and they were attracted to the heat from the white. So they kept jumping into my wet paint, and I would have to take them off and wipe them off on the board. So that's what I'm doing with that. And when I started spray painting the inside of it, the cardboardy part, it soaked up all of that paint, and I had to do layer after layer after layer and let it dry so it would actually stick. It's all painted. You can leave it like that, but I've got some pretty fabric that I found. It's kind of like not quite a lace, not quite a sheer. It's got a bit of a pattern in it. I'm going to take this, put it on the back. The material that I used for this had a bit of a stretch to it, so when I was putting it on the back, it was very forgiving. I was able to get it nice and taut and have it lined upright, which was probably the easiest fabric to use if you're a little nervous about it, but you can use any fabric. I mean, I can't think of anything that the hot glue wouldn't hold. So you could use regular lace or cotton or an old shirt that you have, plaid, anything you want. You can do the spray paint any color you want. You could do it pink and put like a princess fabric on it, character fabrics. You could do like a red or a blue frame with Spider-Man in it. Would be really cool. I mean, you could do absolutely anything you want with this. And this frame actually had a bit of like an inset on the front where that picture was originally. I could put like a little bit of lace on the front if I wanted to, or like some pearls or rhinestones. I mean, you could do anything you want, but I liked it the way it came out. I'm pretty happy with it. There, so you can see I kind of cut around the little, I think it's called a sawtooth wall hanging piece, just so the fabric wouldn't be covering it, so I could hang it up still. And I just hot glued all the way around it. And then after it was all glued, it cooled really quickly, so I went around and just trimmed up the extra fabric so it wouldn't be sticking out from the edges. So once your fabric's on there, if you want to embellish or anything, you can, but this was where mine was done. It still came out looking nice, even though like the edges of the shelving on the back were a little rough. And the frame was a little dinged up, but I think it came out nice. I'm happy with it. Fit all of my nail polish as well. The 3 shelves were a good size. And you can put anything on there. I've got my essential oils on there. Those fit just as well, or about the same size. But I mean, it's a shelf. You guys know how to use a shelf. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, you know what to do, and I will see you later.